I see you. I see you. Great morning, everybody. Great morning. Great morning. Yeah. 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 Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I can see you. You're getting ready to go. I see you. Florida's in the house. I see you. Dallas is in the house. Let's get ready to go. What's up, everybody? Great morning and welcome to the Mitch Race podcast. So great to see you all. Ramping on the microphone. I have such a good time. Great morning, everybody. How's it going? I hope that you are celebrating yourself this morning. I hope you're finding something about this really wonderful Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you who have fathers. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you who are fathers. And happy Father's Day to each and every one of you who are just looking out for people in your community, looking out for those who are fatherless, and just kind of like hopefully loving up on them, letting them know that they matter, and even people who are fathers. I hope that you're letting them know, younger people, middle-aged people, whoever you are, that your father is appreciated. If you can let them know that, that's really important because a lot of people they're not seen. A lot of fathers are not seen and they're not recognized during this holiday. It seems like everybody always goes all out for mothers, and even some of the mothers themselves don't really aren't really recognized the way that they should. And so I just think that sometimes fathers get the shorter end of the stick, though. And there's no reason for it. Give them more than a tie, okay? Give them more than a tie. But if you can't give them anything more than a tie, then give them the tie. It's cool. I'm sure that they appreciate it. And so many of you have honored your mothers and your fathers really well. So if anything, I'd like to encourage you to continue to do that because that is super valuable and that is also super important. All right. So I want you to do that. Please, please, please. So good to see you. I see you in the house. DC, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, ADFG Strong Island. Welcome, welcome, ADFG Strong Island. Welcome others from Strong Island as well. Yes, 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 yes. Welcome. All right, so we've gotten all that that's done. So I want to thank you all again for being here. And I am Mitch Race, and I help seasoned to middle-aged men and women, younger men as well, younger males who don't know their value, gain clarity and vision. You may be distracted, you don't know your value, you don't know your purpose, but I will help you to gain clarity and vision so that you can become the best version of yourselves while earning your desired high level income to match your image. All right, that is who I am. And what I do actually. I'm an image strategist. I help people to better see themselves from the outside and the inside, and kind of figure out what's hindering them from next level greatness and achieving those goals and dreams that God had put in their hearts, and getting those things out of the way and moving you forward so that you can become the very, very best version of yourself so that you can attain that six-figure self-image that you deserve. And you got to know that you deserve that. Welcome, Trinidad. Wonderful to see you. All right. So that being said, let's get started. Again, Super Saturday. We talk about issues and concerns of low self-esteem all the time. All the time we talk about these things. And today we're going to talk about and promote the importance of high self-esteem with 10 benefits. 10. So we've got a value-packed podcast this morning. 10 benefits of high self-esteem. 10 benefits of high self-esteem. So let's chop this up a little bit about the benefits. And who doesn't love benefits, first of all? If you love benefits, put it in the chat that you love benefits. If you love benefits. Is there anybody that doesn't love benefits? Is there anybody that doesn't love benefits when you go out and you buy something and they tell you you got benefits with this? You get that new card, that black card or whatever card it is. You get that movie card, whatever it is. You get that new channel and there's benefits, insurance, benefits, right? We're in it for the bennies. Let's face it. Benefits are huge. Let's face it. I see you. I see you. You're loving benefits. Trinidad's loving benefits. Strong Island is loving benefits. DC is loving benefits. Florida is loving good benefits. Okay. But benefits are those neat little things or sometimes big perks that come with a buy in of something of value. When you're offered a particular thing, like I said, or buy into a particular thing, I think we can agree that it's really important to understand what are the benefits. What are the benefits? What's in it for me? How does this help me? How is this valuable to me, right? What's the bottom line? What's the skinny? What's the skinny? I know DC has heard that one before. You can't fool me. And I bet you Jayville, Florida, you've heard that too. But here's the skinny. Okay. High self esteem offers numerous benefits and advantages, including improved mental health, better relationships, increased motivation. Let me just adjust my microphone a little bit and make sure it doesn't. There we go. I think it's a little bit better. What do you think? Let me start over. High self esteem offers numerous advantages and great benefits, including improved mental health, better relationships, increased motivation, greater resilience. Individuals with high self esteem are also more likely to pursue their goals, make better decisions, and experience greater happiness and success. How's that for greater benefits? How is that for benefits out there? Let me know. So it's important to understand that your self esteem is a muscle and requires development and work. There are levels to your self esteem. So let's get excited about some growth. Okay. And let's get started. And let's now take a look at the 10 benefits of high self esteem. Let's go in. Number one, improved mental health. High self esteem is linked to a lower risk of anxiety and depression. Did you know that? That is linked to a lower risk of anxiety and depression, contributing to overall emotional well being. Your overall human being will appreciate this in its human doings. I can guarantee that. Number two, better relationships. Individuals with high self esteem are better equipped to establish and maintain healthy relationships. Healthy relationships are super important these days, as are all relationships. But we want to make sure that they are healthy relationships, as they can set boundaries and communicate effectively. You'll communicate a lot better with people when you have higher self esteem. It's a fact. Have you ever seen people who have lower self esteem? They can't quite look into your eyes, and it's really, really hard to communicate with them and to really see, to make that connection. That's one of the reasons why it's vital to improve your relationships and adding high self-esteem to that muscle, building that muscle, that portion of it will get you there. Number three, increased motivation. This is a benefit of high self-esteem, increased motivation. Believing in oneself fosters motivation and a willingness to pursue goals and challenges. You'll have a greater desire to go for what you want in your life. You'll have a much greater goal, this will to just get out there and just get what you want, to grab what you want out of life. Your motivation is going to be increased. Your inspirational level is going to be increased. Your aspirational level will be increased as a result of building that esteem level to its height, to where it needs to be. Because many of us don't think about the fact that we have to build our level of highest of esteem from where we are. because our levels can change from day to day and they change from time to time. They can change from moment to moment. And if you're not conscious of it, how are you going to build that? How are you going to be in that moment and establish uh, your esteem for what you need? If you're getting value, please, by all means, do put it in the chat because I see you. I see you. I want to welcome Covington, Georgia. Greater resilience. Number 4. I know that this is resonating with some of you. And if it's resonating, let me know that. Yes, let me know it's resonating. Greater resilience should resonate. A benefit of high self esteem is greater resilience, and people with high self esteem are more likely to bounce back from setbacks and view them as learning opportunities. You bounce back from setbacks when you have resilience. And if you have high self esteem, if your esteem is truly high, you are going to bounce back. And you want to do that. When you're down sometimes, all you need is just a little more, it's just a little resilience to pick you up and raise you to where you need to be so you can have another conversation. So you can express yourself in gratitude. So you can go achieve that task that you wanted to achieve so that you can get that exercise in with greater resilience. You feel like taking on the world. You feel like taking on more challenges. That's a result of having high self-esteem. Number 5, a positive outlook. A positive self-image often leads to a more optimistic and hopeful perspective on life. Here's a tip. Be around more positive people and things. Podcasts, music, audio, books, masterclasses to help foster a better and more positive outlook. We all can benefit from that. And here's another tip. Communities can be great for this. Those are 2 very valuable tips to maintain a positive outlook and get a positive outlook so that your self-esteem can become higher. You can raise your self-esteem, and it's much more, it's a benefit. It's a Benny, as we call them. Bennies. I love Bennies. You love Bennies, put it in chat. I love Bennies. I'm going to hop over to Facebook soon, but I love Bennies. Number 6, better decision making. Better decision making. Confidence in one's judgment can result in more sound and effective decisions. Improved confidence is one thing that can help your self-esteem. You'll make better decisions when you raise your self-esteem and you trust yourself to do so. So trust yourself, build that confidence muscle, build that self-esteem muscle. These things are related and they're relatable. And these are things that we can all do. So you want to build these confidence muscles. You want to build these self-esteem muscles. You want to build the self-worth muscle, the self-value muscle, even though I know that we are talking about high self-esteem. Just like you have in your arm, you have a bicep, you have a tricep. You have the forearm muscle. I don't know what that's called. Okay. But I know the bicep and the tricep. You have the deltoid muscle. Everything that I talk about is connected, and you're going to find out just how connected it is as we continue to go on in these podcasts and these masterclasses and things that get developed. You're going to get absolute value when I sit down with you and share with you and we learn concepts together and we experience each other in our zones of genius and greatness. But back to the benefits of high self-esteem, and we are now getting in with number 7. I am going to go over your comments because they are valuable very shortly. Number 7, a high benefit of self-esteem. A benefit, a big benefit. It could be a high benefit, though. Yeah, a high benefit of high self-esteem is career success. And I know so many of you know something about this. Individuals with high self esteem are more likely to take on challenging tasks and advance in their careers. When your esteem is great, when you good, feel good about, or feeling great about who you are and what you do, why you do it, and how skilled you are in doing it. That is a win for you. It is a massive win also for the organization that you are working with. Number 8, improved social skills. Increased self assurance can lead to more comfortable and effective social interactions. We all can be better, and I think that we all should be better at socializing with each other. We're social human beings. We're actually created to be social human beings. We have 2 ears, we have a mouth, we have eyes to be able to communicate. We're unique in that way that we can put all of these tools together and we're able to express who we are, what we do, how we feel, and what we'd like to do. And we can do that with each other. But many of us make a choice not to do it and not to exercise that person that they are, and combining all of these things. And you can do that. You have to give yourself permission to do that. Sometimes we just steer away. Oh, I don't really want to talk to. I'm at a party or I'm at a function and I really don't want to. Well, you get to choose to love to, hopefully, get out of that bag and get out there and make yourself some new contacts, some new friends, relate, say hello, smile. You don't have to sit there and tell your whole story. You don't have to sit there and be the best conversationalist on the planet and know everything. But you got to get in. You got to get in there and get in where you can fit in. And you'll be surprised at what that does. But you won't do it as long as your self-esteem is on the floor or lower or just not where it needs to be. And there is sometimes you have to learn. We have to grow. Again, self-esteem is a muscle and it deserves to be developed. So improve your social skills and develop that muscle. I see you, Harlem. I see you. Welcome. Welcome, Harlem. Welcome. Good to see you. West Harlem at that. Number 9, reduced fear of failure. High self-esteem can lessen the fear of failure. Listen to me. High self-esteem can lessen the fear of failure, allowing individuals to see it as a learning experience rather than a setback. When we look at fear of failure from a perspective of having low self-esteem and low confidence, then that fear of failure just increases because we're looking at it the wrong way. And what we're doing is we are expanding its power and its energy and its life. And that fear of failure will choke us out from our future if we're not careful. So understanding this and developing, again, the self-esteem muscle to a level of high self-esteem to get our self-esteem from the low point that sometimes it often enters in at and remains at for many people. Not everyone has high self-esteem. Not everyone has a middle portion of self-esteem. And sometimes it's really hard to detect. So when you're able to detect it and you're able to understand that it's really about where you are in your self-esteem journey, and then doing something about it. And if it continues to happen, you want to do more about it. You want to do more for it. So you want to seek the help of an expert. You want to seek the help of somebody who has their zone of genius, that they're embedded, that they are invested in this. I'm invested in this. I am highly invested in self image, self esteem, self value, self confidence, all of these things. And I want to help you. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing what I do. And that's why I share what I share with you, because I happen to love this. And I know that somewhere, someone is getting value from this and they're being helped. And I want to help on as many levels as I possibly can. That's why I'm taking this time out and giving extra value and sharing with you. And I want to thank you so much for being here, because it's important. You are valuable. You are seen. You are worth it. Your story matters. You matter. What you do matters. What you say matters. Who you are matters. And I'll continue to hammer that point home as I have to, with love, gentleness, kindness, all that kind of good stuff, but with a seriousness, because this is a serious thing too. As he smiles. So, yeah, reduced fear of failure. When you're afraid to fail, you won't accomplish, you won't go out there. So, you want to reduce that fear of failure by raising your level of self esteem. Bottom line. Okay, ADFG, you asked for it. Number 10, greater creativity. This, for me, because I view myself as a very, very creative person. I love creativity. It's where I thrive in. One of the things that I thrive in, greater creativity. When you hear that this is a benefit of having high self-esteem, for all of you creatives out there, and I know that there's a remarkable number of you out there, confidence and belief in one's abilities can spark innovative thinking and creativity. This is such a super valuable benefit. Greater, improved creativity. We are creators. We are creators. We're created to also create. So becoming better, improving our knowledge of high self-esteem, growing this muscle is hugely, hugely vital. So I'm hoping, honestly, that you are getting value from all 10 of these tips. I hope that you have really that this gives you something to think about. And I hope that wherever you are in your self-esteem journey, that you're at a point where you're good, that you're really good. But if you want to be better and you want to be great, I'm going to ask you to continue to watch the Mitch Race podcast. Watch podcasts that are valuable, that are giving you what you need. Attend the master classes whenever you see them. When I come up with them, attend them. And just read, just get this knowledge about what it is I'm talking about, because your life will incrementally change. I have done 71 or 72 of these podcasts, and each and every one of them, I believe, are loaded with value on how to improve your confidence, how to improve your self-esteem, how to improve your self-image, and how to be greater than that. So there's a lot of value that I'm bringing to the table. And it's going to get better. It gets better and it gets better. And I want to thank you all for being here and being in on so many of these podcasts and so many of these ideas and things that I share with you. So I don't want to take up your Saturdays, because your Saturday today, because it's Father's Day weekend, but I'm so grateful for you being here. And I want to go over some of these ideas that you have all promoted in here. I also want to give you the opportunity to DM me, get on my calendar, get scheduled. It's free. I will give you 30 minutes of free time. 30 minutes is a lot of time and a lot of value to get free advice on how to get to your next level of greatness and how to stay there. Don't be satisfied for just one level. Don't be satisfied at just being where you are. Really take note of what it is that I'm saying. At this point in time, I feel like I am preaching, but I am not begging. Somebody out there understands the value of this. I understand the value of all of this, and I'm just grateful to have a platform to be able to share it. If I haven't learned these things and been through something, I couldn't teach you. You all know where my story starts out. My story starts out in a Vegas hotel room where I I got up one morning. I was at a business conference and I looked in the mirror. I had to get up. I felt compelled to get up. I had to go to the bathroom for one thing, but I looked in the mirror and I did not recognize myself. I felt like, what is going on here? And it took me some time to understand that I was having an image crisis at the time because my mom had passed in 2020. And 2021 was when I was in that Vegas hotel room. And it seemed like everything was going well, but it just wasn't. Things weren't sitting right with me. I had all kinds of issues that were developing of just me doing too much on the outside. And I started developing a scarcity mindset. I started to develop low self-esteem. I literally had to search around for my confidence. I was not my abundant self. I was not the person who wanted to invest anymore in themselves. I really was not. You need to understand that. This is not an act. This is not a game. This is not a joke. This is exactly where I was, because I can't begin to even tell you that I would not be here. We would not be having this discussion had I not been given an opportunity by Darren Walker at Be Iconic and listened and tuned in. And I'm so grateful for that, because as a result of tuning in, and I was able to get out of that whole bag that I was in. It wasn't easy. I came back to New York. I didn't really have a plan, but I knew that I wanted more, and I knew that I'd had to try something. But when you talk about being resilient in something, I was resistant, and I turned down opportunity until God spoke to Darren, and he gave me another shot. He gave me another call and said, brother, please throw your heart over the bar just one more time, because you need this. And I did. And I'm so glad I did. It changed everything about me. I talk about raised, it raised my understanding of community. It raised my connection with God. It raised my value. It raised my self-confidence. It raised my self-esteem. I understood my value a whole heck of a lot better than I ever did. And most of all, it gave me purpose. It directed me towards purpose, which is a lot different than making money. A lot different. So I hope that you have gotten value from my story. I hope that you have gotten value from this podcast. Again, I want to go over quickly some of the things that I'm seeing in here, and I want to thank you for allowing me to share my story with you. Because somewhere, as a result of that, somebody's getting freed. Share this. Share this. Share this. Share this and subscribe. Share this and have people subscribe to this content, because it's valuable. Somebody's getting freed as a result of hearing my voice and hearing my story, who would not have been freed had I not gotten free. Let that spin around for a minute in your atmosphere. Let it spin around. And let's go. Let's go. I want to thank you. Okay, so let's go to some of these comments. Hey, what's up? What's up out there, Dallas? I see you. I got to say hello to this person personally. I'm sorry, but because he's been in my life way too long. Leonard Easter, welcome. Please welcome attorney Leonard Easter. Great people. Longtime friend, longtime attorney. Okay, so here we go. I'm grateful that you threw your heart over the bar one more time. Thank you so much, ADFG. DC, your testimony cannot be church contained. It orbits globally. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. That's amazing and wonderful. Again, ADFG, Strong Island. Thank you for sharing and being transparent so that others can be helped become resilient and empowered to walk fully in their God-given purpose. I want to thank you, Covington, Georgia, for the encouragement of sharing my story. Keep sharing your story. I shall. I shall. Thank you, Dallas. Phenomenal podcast today. You're awesome and amazing, as you all are. ADFG, every one of your podcasts being value, bringing value. Thank you. I agree. Let's all strive let's all strive to be always destined for greatness. Florida, yes, so many outstanding benefits. Thank you for sharing. You're very welcome. Okay, I got to understand this a little bit better, Florida. I'm going to read it, but I'm trying to understand it. A phone will never grow if they stay in a comfort zone. There are too many possibilities out there. A phone? Is that an iPhone or an Android? I'm just having some fun. I want to understand that. But if you're saying that someone will never grow if they stay in a comfort zone, then you're right. We won't ever grow if we stay in a comfort zone as people. And there are way too many possibilities out there. There's way too many opportunities out there. I see that this is resonating with so many people. DC again says one will be unstoppable when making the correlation. There was a correlation that I was making, and I believe it might have been between confidence and high self-esteem. Yes, say that. That's right. Healthy relationships. Healthy, not unhealthy. Too many unhealthy people walking around here having unhealthy relationships and promoting that idea. Not with it. So many of you are just in lockstep and agreement. Thank you, Trinidad, for welcoming Sir Leonard. That's an absolute. And thank you, ADFG, for welcoming Leonard. Okay, I'm going to hop over to Facebook, if I may, just for a minute and see if I can bring up some of these things that are going on with folk and say hello, because I'm really grateful. Welcome, Bahamas. I see you. I see you. Welcome, D. Walker Inspires. Welcome. I see you. Florida also. I want to welcome my niece also, who's here. Welcome. And my brother, Bruce. My niece, Coco Brown. All right. Lots of value. Absolutely correct regarding confidence and high self-esteem correlation. Hey, it's working. It's working. Thank you, DC. Listen, everyone, I want to thank you. I'm just going to hop over very, very quickly to YouTube to see if there's anyone there who has any questions about anything. I just want to let you know that I see you and I appreciate you, YouTube OGs, YT OGs, IG OGs, and FB OGs. Thank you. About to sign off and wish you all a very, very awesome weekend. Thank you for the value. Thank you for the comments and your love and your feedback. It's all very valuable. I will be keeping these comments because they mean something to me and they mean something to others. They're going to help others grow. All right. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. All right, everybody. That's been it for the Mitch Race podcast. Have a wonderful, amazing Father's Day weekend. Love up on your family, your friends. I'm glad that the OGs are in the building. Stay in the building, okay? Stay in the building. Keep on building. All right. Much love, much peace, much power. Reframe your victory. Reframe your vision. Reframe your value and reframe your victory. Have a wonderful weekend again, everybody, okay? Stay iconic out here and thanks. See you soon.